Alrighty, morning. So lately, I have been feeling the need to document some of my old projects. And today, I'm going to talk about Vbox. So this is a project that I did in the summer of 2019. Today, we are the 20th of October, 2023. So it was over 4 years ago. And this is a project that I did a personal project that I did when I felt the need to learn TypeScript. So it's very simple. It's a web app built with React, Firebase for the backend, and using TypeScript. What the app does, basically it allows you to record and save a voice message and then post it and share it publicly with a short URL. The idea came from the concept of rave party info lines. This is a concept kind of dear to me because I used to go to rave parties maybe 10 years ago, and these info lines were always a really fun part of it. So you would call the organizers of the party would share a phone number that you would call at a given time, and there would be a saved voice message that you would listen to, and it would give you instructions for how to go to the party, how to actually find it. And so yeah, I thought for my learning project, it would be fun to create a digital version of that where someone can save a message and then easily share it with a URL and a short code. And yeah, so this is what Vbox is. So this is the VoiceBox homepage. So it's running in localhost because, yeah, 4 years later, I had some trouble running the app. But this is, in essence, what the app looks like. So on the homepage, we have a list of public messages. So if I play this one.
I say tomato, you say tomato.
Amazing. So we can see we have some really great content, some really important messages that have been saved in the app. So this is actually saved in the backend. So yeah, it's pretty fascinating that this stuff still exists. But yeah, let's look at the record feature. So the record page is very simple. You can basically record your voice, play it back, and then save it. So let's do that. All right, so now I'm recording a test message. And now to play it. All right, so now I'm recording a test message. And then we can save it. Okay, so now we have been given a URL. So you see in the bottom left, it's appearing. If I click on it, we now have this dedicated ID and URL where this message can be accessed. All right, so now I'm recording a test message. And if we go back to the home screen, this message probably is there. Yes. All right, so now I'm recording a test message. Cool. And so this would be the URL that could be shared to anyone with whom you want to share the message. So obviously here is localhost, but if this would be deployed, it would be like www.vbox.com or fm was the URL I had /A490K. And another fun thing that I did on this project was to generate these waveform visualizations. So for this, I had a cloud function run when the audio was being saved. And so it would analyze the audio that had been saved and generate the peaks and save this in an array. So here we see for the last file that I created, there was a waveform generated with 200 kind of peak points, and or actually 202. And right, and then we would use the I would use the P5 library, P5.js, to just kind of generate a bar graph of those. So yeah, that was my first time kind of playing around with audio signal processing. I used the FFmpeg library. Yeah, and it was just kind of fun to try this out. Here at the top, you may have noticed this little start your channel button, and this actually does nothing. But for me, this was kind of the classic mistake that people often make when doing little side projects, which is to start with something simple and then immediately start thinking, hey, actually, this could be so much more. And so here I had the idea of essentially creating a YouTube for audio, where you could have your channel and share sound and so on. But this I never developed it any further than this coming soon page. And yeah, I want to make a final comment about the design choices. So since the project was inspired by info lines for illegal rave parties, I wanted to have a sort of retro and underground vibe to the site. And so this is why I chose these darkish tones and mono fonts and sort of square, flat, retro feeling design. Cool. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little demo. Yeah, again, this is something I did quite a few years ago, so it's really funny for me to look back at this and yeah, kind of like laugh at the simplicity of it, and also just remember how I did things and just think of how differently I would do them today. But in the end, this was a really successful project in the sense that it was a first contact with TypeScript, and it gave me the confidence to continue learning it. And after that, I really started using TypeScript very regularly and on a day-to-day basis at work. Yeah, and so this was a really fun little project to have a first contact and get my hands dirty with TypeScript. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Ciao.